Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Mercy Mans. It's so great to be here with you. This morning I'm going to be talking about the danger of not discerning from God. A lot of you are wondering how to hear the voice of God. And in this video, I'm going to show you 5 things or 5 steps in order for you to be able to hear the voice of God. So I want to start with this question. Have you ever pondered why it's so difficult for us to hear the voice of God? You know, in 2019, I lost my brother in a very tragic way due to brain tumor. He was very good, no health issue. However, when he was taken to the hospital, he was not able to return due to the complications that he had with the surgery. A week before that, I have heard God saying that he was going to be an angel. And it was this voice that you hear, but you are so unsure of what you're hearing because you're not sure if it's your own imagination or God is actually speaking to you. And to many of us, we go through life and face the same things that, you know, in order for us to be able to separate our own voice from the voice of God, it's hard. And that is the reason why I want to share this video with you. That is very imperative for you to be able to hear the voice of God. The story of Samuel in 1 Samuel 3 tells us about a little boy who heard the voice of God in his dream, but he didn't know what the voice was, whether it's from God or whether it was from from Eli, who he was coaching him to from his upbringing. We read that Samuel went to Eli 3 times. And Eli, realizing that it was the voice of God coaching to go back to sleep. But this time when he hears the voice to say, "Speak, for thy servant heareth." Likewise, many of us go through life and we are confused of all the voices that we hear around us. We hear the voice of God, but then we turn to other voices because we are unsure of ourselves, due to our own business, due to our own fears, due to our own distractions, doubt, and like everything that can take us away from hearing the voice of God. And the enemy is working so hard because if he can confuse you from hearing the voice of God, there will be so much distractions around you. It's my prayer that by watching this video, that you will be so keen to hearing the voice of God. So let's dive in. So 5 things to hear the voice of God. First, you want to have a good relationship with God. I can't stress that enough. Jesus said, "My sheep know me and they hear my voice." So if you desire for you to hear the voice of God, then you want to do something. You want to have a really good relationship with God in order for you to be able to hear from God. It's like a baby, that's crying, but as soon as the baby hears his mother's voice, they calm down. Same thing. In this world, we are going to be faced with many tribulations. We are going to be faced with many uncertainty. But hearing the voice of God can actually give us a sense of calmness, a sense of peace, that God is with us no matter what we go through. Second, I want you to decide that you want to have discernment in order for you to be able to hear the voice of God. It's a gift, but God doesn't give it to anybody. He only gives to people that desire, that they want to hear the voice of God. So if you want to make decisions in life, if you want to hear the voice of God, and I do encourage you to be able to desire for that gift. Pray about it. Ask God to give you that gift in order for you to operate in that realm. Because without you having it, you're going to really be confused. So you want to hear the voice of God. Be prompt with your dealings with the Holy Spirit. Once you get that instinct or that intuition, you want to be prompt. You want to act on it, because if you don't act on it, it goes away. As we read in the Bible with the story of Samuel, we were told that 3 times God spoke to him, but he took an action. Even though he didn't know the voice of God, he had to go to Eli, as he was his coach. So he had to go to Eli in order for him to be able to hear what God was trying to tell him. So he desired for it, and then he took an action, and he was prompt. He didn't just say, oh, what a voice. Many of us, we dream and then we let it go. We get up and we just go about our business. And maybe that dream God was actually speaking to you. So you want to be prompt when God speaks. Also, be willing to ask if you never heard the voice of God. You want to ask God, God, this is what I'm hearing. I'm not sure what I'm hearing. But if you're not unsure, if you are unsure of what you're saying or what you're seeing, ask somebody. Ask your spiritual leader, who will be able to usher you into these giftings that God gives freely. Also, be coachable. It's very imperative that you're very coachable, because if they're not coachable, then you would just run with whatever you hear and just act in any way. But you want to be coachable. You want to hear what God has to say to you, because a lot of times what God is saying to you, he will confirm it through other people. So be coachable and let God lead you in this area. Thank you for watching, and I do want to see you soon. Bye.